Wicked, thank you for the 29 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. That one's the same as all the others. It's maybe a touch loud. Our quick cursory check for 2 stars and blunder picks. Does new Crobat make Clodsire a Clodsire deck reasonable? Probably not. You don't really need a follow up to Crobat. Is this good enough to get me to buy the premium for the month? I don't know. What's the card that you get? What's it called that you get one copy of? Cleffa full art. Actually worthless. Useless? Cool. They put a useful EX Pokemon in the pass one time. There was a Moltres in there, like the second or third pass that they did. I really wish they'd do more to make their pass better value. Like, imagine if when you got the pass, it came with like pack points for the current set, or like it gave you a ticket to get an EX of your choice. It would just like instantly be so much more valuable. Or at least give you 2 of the promo card. That's the barest minimum, yeah. Alright, I thought I have to click through those off stream. All right, I think we're gonna start with Kingdra. Is my plan. I don't expect Kingdra to last super long because it's probably bad. But we're gonna try. Hail to the king, baby. Isn't it Horsey? What's the speller? Oh, it's S-E-A. Horsey. 60 for 20. I think I'd rather have 60 HP, just because there's a lot of Skarmories running around, I feel like. Probably that if I'm playing a stage 1. SVO draft should be live when we go live on Monday, so we'll be able to check out Shadowverse drafting on Monday. The maintenance window is scheduled for overnight, Sunday into Monday US time. What's my second pairing with this? Apparently it's crashing. All right, hold on. It probably didn't save anything we just had in there too, did it? I probably want a second EX with it. Would be my gut. It's annoying. Hopefully that's not gonna be a thing. I'll have to try and find the different emulator. It's probably cope to say I want it. Well, maybe we're not playing Pokemon this afternoon. I guess I could toggle a couple of settings here, but nothing's different from what I was playing the other day. It's a shame they don't have a PC client. No, I'm actually not using LD Player. I decided to try one that didn't have adverts and stuff in it. Moo Moo Player is one that other people have recommended using in the past. So I wanted to give that a try. But it's looking a little scuffed. So I just want to attack for 90 with 2 energies, chat. Does that ask take so much? We played Executor and I wasn't embarrassed, so maybe this is fine, right? All right, I've saved the deck. So we're definitely a candy pile. Let's get all the auto includes and then see how many actual choices we have. Yeah, we're probably want to be a Misty deck for when we go first, yeah? Does Misty work with Will? You can't play 2 supporters in a turn. We probably want to be a Sabrina deck, right? Because Kingdra has one of the upsides to Kingdra is it locks your opponent's Pokemon in with you. So being able to drag something up from the bench has a lot of value. The Ho-Oh packs are better by a lot. Do you want a Lily? I think you probably play Irida before you play Lily. Let's start here. We'll see how it goes. We finished on a 6-win streak with Lugia-Ho yesterday, so yeah, got some points to lose. Staryu is not stellar into lead metal energy, but we have our copy of Cape here, which is nice. Eevee metal energy, probably Solgaleo. Which does unfortunately mitigate Kingdra's upside, being able to swap in for free. I think I want to chill on the Staryu because we could communicate that into a Starmie, or into a Kingdra potentially. Second basic here on the bench means Sabrina's not a live one, unfortunately. This thins out the other Horsey. So this is 66% to be Kingdra. Nice. Decent start for us here. Just take the swap back and take the knockout, yeah. And then when they miss a beat on their stage 2, they're probably dead here, right? Hey, Drills, thanks for the 5 months of Prime. It's been fun playing some Pokemon again. Because now they need both evolutions, right? Because I have the Sabrina here. So Starmie just cleans them. They bricked. Lovely Starmie win to start the set. Starmie still an aggressive card that does not give people time to stumble. How does Stormy Prison work with the Solgaleo passive? So the Solgaleo passive does not count as retreating, so it beats it. Why do we return to GA Starmie? I just want to play cards that attack for 90 for 2. Seems fun. Thoughts on Macargo 16 Trainer? Seems awful. It doesn't have all of the tools that made the Wug Trio. The Wug Trio deck was reasonable for being able to set up a second thing behind itself and having lots of healing and other support with things like Irida. You can't do that with the Macargo deck. Weird, something funky in the back of... What? Pokemon has a tool attached to it. Attacks used by it cost 1 less energy. That's cute. Huh? Lovely reminder of how that card works. If you had to guess which new deck will dominate Ursi's tournament this weekend, Darkrai Giratina. Sorry, did you want me to lie to you and tell you a new deck, or did you want a real answer? This card reads as real. All right, we found the Starmie. So that could be worse. I think we're dead though, right? I think we needed to hit this turn. This will be their third Sweets Relay, meaning this is doing 100 and what's it called? We're not quite one shot yet. We're gonna get there, yeah. Need to hit our evolutions on time. Do you plan on doing meta reports again? I don't know. At the very least, if I do meta reports, I'm not doing content in the middle of my weekend to do them. I might put work into doing them for a Monday or Tuesday after the weekend, but at a minimum, I'm not working with my editor anymore because the YouTube content just doesn't make enough money to be able to justify employing someone. So the graphics and visuals are going to be worse at a minimum if I do them, but we'll see. I don't know. Those types of videos are a significant amount of work, and the YouTube content really just doesn't make much money. It's a lot more effort than just firing up a live stream and cutting deck highlights from it afterwards. Could you do the filming part of it live? I mean, sure, but like the filming part of it is the least amount of work. Gosh, between the evolution on this one and what's it called? This might be a 2-cape metagame. any game ever made more money for you on YouTube rather than Twitch? No. Twitch is my primary platform. In any given month, my YouTube income is somewhere between like 10 and 20% of my total income. Generally speaking. If they have their second EX here and we don't hit our second EX, we probably get run down. Need a piece of candy desperately. Someone's about to be dead here. Could be my opponent. If it's me, I get a redraw at least. Am I dead yet? I suppose I have a couple of turns and a redraw too, because if we because this doesn't die in one, because it's got 60. Starmie soloing some nerds for us so far. Alright, we're going first. This is where Misty shines, says local man about to flip tails. What's the back and forth look like if I evolve the lead horsey here? I think I'm supposed to let this one go down and evolve the back one. I don't love giving a point up here, but I think because they have first energy advantage, I just have to do this. Favorite new EX? I really like Ho-Oh-Lugia stuff. It's felt very reasonable so far. Yeah, they have their supporter that lets this take a lot less damage, which is pretty scary. Go digging for Starmie here. Nice. And then if they have Jasmine this turn, we probably retreat the Kingdra and let them clear a Staryu. Skarmory plus both the healing dorks is cute. This evolves into a Wiggly that heals 20. And this heals 10, obviously. Hey, Ballin, thanks for the 9 months. Welcome back. Unfortunately for us, the opponent's deck looks like a pretty perfect counter into our deck that attacks for 90. It's pretty bad against things like Lugia, though. This is one of the cards we were beating up pretty badly playing Lugia Ho-Oh stuff. Do we just concede here? Why would I concede? Matchup tables at my digital card game. It's more likely than you think. Yeah, that one probably does it now. Because that means we're only dealing 20, which means I need 2 more attacks to kill them. Now we can concede. The last opponent's deck has a real bad time into things like Charizard and Lugia. It's probably good into the Crobat stuff that's running around, though. Especially with the new metal equipment. Going first here feels real bad. I guess we'll play this out. Could be a Sabrina Ritz down the line. 1 in 7 to draw a Misty, and then 50% to flip a coin, so 1 in 14 to win the game on the spot here. What a fucking tease. They don't have another basic here. We get to nothing. What's going on, Fooder back? Thanks for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. Maybe they don't have Umbreon. Well, that's not the Umbreon I was thinking of. You take those. Get a second one here at their free retreat cost loaded in the back. Do we take a knockout with Sabrina? No, there's no reason to take a point proactively with Sabrina. It doesn't generate any value for us. Ideally, you want to save your Sabrinas for explicitly buying time or for winning the game. Just taking a random point early with it doesn't really have value. Rare Candy was probably our second best draw after Misty Heads. So I think what we do now is we do this into retreat this to this. And then we let this take a hit for the turn. And then we could go ahead and put Kingdra up and lock this in a room with us. Probably going to come down to how many lilies they have. All their things just being such low energy attacks is so strong for them. I don't think we beat 2 Crewmates here is the problem. Yeah, I need my cape now, right? Because this thing does 90 for 1. Alright, well. Let's find our other Sabrina, maybe? That's everything coming up Millhouse. Gonna be dead to Osiris. Oh, I guess because I played the horsey out, I'm dead to a Sabrina as well, yeah? Oh, red gets us this turn too, yep. Yeah, a lot of cards here that clean us up. They have their whole deck in their hands, so probably dead. What a fucking chode. Just absolute miserable jagoff. People are the absolute worst. It's crazy how people find ways to BM even in games without emotes. Can't possibly just play your card that lets you win the game. Have to be a miserable human being and waste everybody's time beforehand. People are the worst. Someone else playing water energy? That's illegal. Oh, it's Greninja. That makes sense. I'm gonna say nobody plays water energy in this game. Is 66% to be a big star? Swing and a miss. Maybe I should wait a turn. I don't know. I kind of like getting my hand size smaller against the Mars and red card stuff, but I should probably just play out a basic and hold 4 cards here. Yeah, that's probably wrong. I don't plan to do any speculative content for this pocket set. I'll probably do some of my typical tier list review style stuff once we get some data and I've played a little bit more. Is my plan. Ah, Misty, just like I remember. Or 0-3 on her so far today. Need to find what's it called here? That's not it. That's not what it's called. If we'd have been playing the 50 HP Horsey, we'd have killed the Eevee here. But then I suppose the Greninja gets to clear our Horsey, which wouldn't be great. Palkia has an interesting thought as a Kingdra pairing. I can see that being okay. I take my first point here. And then they're gonna go Greninja. If I get rare candy, we might be in an okay spot. Okay, I think I need rare candy, right? Because if I Sabrina up one of these two, I can then lock it in with Kingdra, and then we can win the game from there. Because I can't just put Starmie up, because it'll die to Giratina. Yeah. Are we throwing in the towel on this one? I could be throwing in the towel on this one. Rare candy decks that can't play... What's her name? Sylveon? Seem a little medium. As much as I like Starmie, it's probably just not a playable card. Misty's definitely not a playable card. Do I want to play Sylveon with this? I suppose we could play like Sylveon Palkia. Glaceon. Glaceon is not a remotely playable card. That is definitely not the case. I'm going to give a good general piece of deck building advice to people who are suggesting cards to me right now. When you're trying to make a card that's potentially underpowered playable, pairing it with other cards that are trash is not a good place to start. So everybody's suggesting things like Wug Trio and other cards that just like aren't seeing play. That's not really where we want to be. Pairing it with a good card is probably going to get you the best results. Palkia is not exactly a 4-man powerhouse either, though. It's just another EX to go EX into EX. I guess Misty's more enticing if we're playing Palkia. I'd try this for good measure before I give up on Kingdra. I like Kingdra as a Pokemon. Want to at least say we tried? We're about to get murdered on turn 2, aren't we? Oh no, did you? And a stunning Uno reverse card moment. They're the ones who are dead. Play Urza's Tower. Cast card liberated. Exile your power plant. Go. That's a deep cut for all my old Magic the Gathering players out there. The OG Sandcastle Kicker. What makes Sylveon worthwhile when it requires 2 cards to set up? The same thing that makes Professor's Research worthwhile to play. It lets you find all the other things in your deck more consistently, so you can do the thing you actually want to be doing more frequently. The new Horsey does 30 damage. Why not play that? The new Horsey only has 50 HP, which means it dies in 1 hit to Doniphan and Skarmory. Oh, and 6 on Misty today. Feels like home. Good to be back, gamers. Thanks for hanging out. Sylveon Magnezone here. It's an interesting combination. I wonder if they have Espeon too. Okay. I think I just want to take a knockout point here, gamers. Do I want to play the Palkia, or do I want... I kind of think I want to save this last bench slot for an Eevee, so that way I can be more likely to set up double Kingdra. If they evolve into Magnezone this turn, they only get 2 attacks with it, because they don't have lightning energy. So they can clear the Palkia. Are there any new EXs that you're missing? I think I have 2 of all of them, because I wonder picked a second Kingdra. I have to double check, but I think I have all of them now. Tapu is not particularly scary against us. Palkia only needing 1 energy to attack here. Definitely looking nice. Giving us plenty of time to set up Kingdra, even when we went first. Okay. I know I've never been particularly high on Mars, but man, it's like exceptionally bad when people have Sylveons in their deck still, huh? I guess this could be our second Kingdra. So this Magnezone can't attack, and it also can't leave. Stuck in the middle with us. Do 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 do. Weird evolve. I guess they're playing around us Marsing them? Question mark? That must be it. Lyra does get around Kingdra, yeah. If I Sabrina them, they put up Tapu Lele, and I still just kill it. I end up in a very similar spot, only I'm down as Sabrina. I die to Cyrus. Otherwise we're all right. That draw keeps shooting. Yeah, we had a few draws there, right? I had this one and Sylveon. Dead. We die to Lyra. We don't die to Lyra. We die to Cyrus. God, what is with these people this afternoon and just taking endless extra game actions every game? Is a first energy advantage anyway. It's never heard of him. Okay. Oh, you know what? We can Sylveon draw and Misty in the same turn. That seems good, yeah. Yeah, probably Will plus Egg here for the opponent. And Adventure, I guess. I would love to draw some cards. It's hammer time, gamers. $150 damage is a lot of damage. Right. It's our last horse, potentially. Could be the other Palkia, too. Less exciting. I think we leave the Palkia in hand. I'd like to have this last spot be another horse. Well, they can Sylveon and Will on the same turn, too. It's pretty good. Looking like we're dead. All right. I think I'm gonna throw the towel in on Kingdra. Okay. I think I'm ready to put one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 2 in the stinky tier and move along. Turns out Misty was never a playable card. Games just used to be a lot worse. Someone tag me in the Discord server with a deck list that looks kind of sweet. So we're gonna do this. Etran, Arceus, Magby. They had an Elekid in here, but actually I kind of like the idea of Pichu. I think is the last spot. Misty is fine, it's the water cards that aren't good. Would you believe that every water card in this game is balanced around Misty existing, so you have to make them all worse? I think I probably want copies of Red and or Giovanni for hitting a breakpoint like this. I think I want to be able to clear 140 in one go against copies of Darkrai. This is probably a decent Cyrus deck. Maybe Sabrina too. Got some chip shots. Moving energy with Dawn. We have 2 copies of Elemental Switch, which is non-supporter Dawn for fire. Man, that might be a record. I almost feel bad about that one. This account's been following my channel since January 31st, 2016. And their first and only message in chat was today. When are you going to start playing Magic the Gathering again? Followed almost 10 years ago. I'm gonna change that one to a timeout because I feel bad about it. That's funny. Yeah, I probably just want a second keep. Oh, you know what I want? I need 2 copies of Leaf in here for when we start Arceus is what I need. That's what I need is 2 copies of Arceus, or 2 copies of Leaf. Am I dropping Sabrina, Cyrus, or Geo? Maybe they just woke up from a 10-year coma. Could be. The people pointing out that the Marvel Snap trailer dropped. I will switch back over to the Marvel Snap category and watch it on stream when we're done playing Pocket in an hour or so. Whenever we're done. think it's definitely want 2 copies of Leaf. I'm gonna copy a red. I'll play the Geo. All right, I'm gonna need to run some adverts. I need to run to the restroom while that happens, and we'll play some of this when we get back. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. BRB. If you're watching on YouTube, consider tapping the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps the videos reach some more people. You want more pocket content? That's a great way to help get it. Oh, let's fix our cosmetics on this one. We feel it on the coin. Monkey around a little bit. You have 5 Pokemon with 0 retreat cost and 2 Arceus, so you need 2 leaves. I bet we lose every game we lead Arceus, so yes. When we go second, the baby Pokemon means Arceus can attack on turn 2, yeah? That's how that lines up. This is free. Baby Pokemon don't have to pay. If Leaf is just to retreat Arceus early in the game, would Ilima be better? That's an interesting thought. Ilima, does Ilima have to have damage on it? I forget how that one's templated. Can you Ilima something at full health? If you can Ilima at full health, Ilima's probably better, but if it needs to have damage on it, then it's not. I don't remember the exact text. Ilima requires damage on it. Okay, yeah, then Ilima is not better. Not remotely. I'm kind of surprised they elected to give us a knockout point here. Feels weird. It's really funny to me how I asked for the exact text on a card and then someone will confidently tell me the wrong text in chat. Instantly rewarded for playing Giovanni instead of Red here. For reference, Elima requires the Pokemon be damaged on it, just like Lyra does. So no. That is not ideal. And again, the purpose of these leafs here are like, imagine you start on Arceus, you want to be able to shift it out to a Pichu or a Magby right away so you can start getting damage with it. That's the goal. Okay, so if they hadn't conceded here, I think we were leafing to hit them with the Heatran just so Arceus wasn't in the active, but it probably doesn't matter. They ever raise the level cap in this game? Absolutely not. Insert Spider-Man beam here. All right, not a baby. Not a baby. Not a baby. I accept. I accept these terms and conditions. One toasty toss, please. Oh, they're playing babies to enable quick type dolls. Cute. I think I keep this so that way they can't clear me with Geo. Is the play here. Yes, I think the babies are an interesting design for you to be better while going first. And one of the things I like about the templating in this deck is the babies are good when we're going first, but they're also decent when going second to let Arceus attack faster. Nice angle. Hey, look, Chad, it's the Giovanni I played around. Think we're cooked. I could draw, If I draw second Heatran, we have a shot here. Because we can elemental switch this energy up onto it. That's rude. Alright, needs to be like exactly Heatran now, the way this is lined up. Can you believe this person, chat? Coming in here and punching all my babies. Unlucky. You know, it's funny, asking you about Magic the Gathering, I legitimately had considered poking back at Magic when the Marvel set released, because I like the Marvel IP. It's one of the reasons why I enjoy Marvel Snap, and then they absolutely foobarred having the rights to... There's not going to be any Marvel cards on their digital clients. It's very, very, very funny in a sad sort of way. Which for people that didn't hear that, so for Wizards Universes Beyond the Marvel set won't exist in their digital clients because they couldn't purchase the rights to use the characters digitally. It's deeply, deeply funny in a sad sort of way. Does that mean it won't be standard legal? No, it will be standard legal. There's going to be mechanically identical cards with different artwork and character names online. So instead of Spider-Man, there will be a spider character that is going to have the same creature types and stuff too. It's a total disaster. Peak Wizards of the Coast, if I do say so myself. They have a second SP on? I'm kind of surprised they didn't SP on the front one. Oh, they have the Eevee bag here too? Are you about to get Eevee bagged? Eevee bag does 110, yeah? Wow! Opponent's deck seems great. I want to play a little bit more of our deck, but theirs is when I'll be surprised if it's not competitive. I think we're cooked from here. I could top deck an Arceus and maybe still be in the game. So I can attack with an Arceus next turn, thanks to Magby. And I think we're on the zero outer from here, right? I suppose there's a world where they don't have a third evolution, but I assume they do. Did you put it? Yeah, Espeon Sylveon looks real slick. Hyper consistent. All right, gamers, this is a hand. These are legal Pokemon pocket cards. It's like we're playing against Greninja here. How much are you in for this expansion? Past Jeff left Pokegold on the account, so I only had to swipe for 100. Actually, I actually haven't spent most of it. I hit every mechanically unique EX Pokemon in like just over 200 packs. So, could have been more, but could have been less too. I should have kept the Arceus. Make red card less good. Giovanni looking stellar here. It's very possible we want a second deal extra damage in here. Red or another Giovanni. A lot of 140s running around, and this only does 130 by default. Let's take a look and fit a red in here. On one hand, I'm surprised they moved Tina up, but on the other hand, I guess I kill anything in the back in one. Already have 2 points. Okay, Greninja here means they kill Arceus next turn with the Tina. But they're also taking a chunk for 30, and then they deal 20 to themselves. And then I have Heatran geared up and ready to go. So how much healing do they need? They need... is one Pokemon Center Lady actually going to be enough? I think one Pokemon Center Lady is actually enough here, because they go down to 40. Yeah, one Pokemon Center Lady gets them out of it. So they go down to 40, and then they go down to 20 on their attack, so PCL gets them up to 50. Okay, they need double potion now, so we should be good to go. That means I don't have my Cyrus to run you down if you retreat. Gosh, imagine if that red card had been a Pokemon Center Lady shit. I'd have died. The density of Sylveons really makes me want another way to... I've not played with Donphin yet. These elemental switches necessary? I probably don't need 2 of those. They're cute with Heatran, but I think I'd rather. I think it's either that or the second leaf, and I think the second leaf is more important because I really don't want to start Arceus. Game. You might be locked up. That's fine. We had to run an advert anyways. I'm gonna restart Pokemon TCG Pocket here. BRB. If you're watching on YouTube, consider tapping the like button. I appreciate the almost 200 folks who have done that already today. I might have to look online and see if there's any non-default Moo player settings for this game that help out. It's definitely been a little crashy today. Small indie company. I mean, to be fair, the crashing is emulator related. The small indie company parts, they don't have a native PC client. It would be nice. They added a purchase multiple at a time for things in the shop. Maybe they'll eventually add a collect all button for all these silly decks. Claim a few of them here while waiting for the ads to finish on Twitch. My goodness, it just never ends. It is the dot that never ends. You just click on and on, my friend. Do 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 do. Okie I can kill Darkrai on turn 2. Is that good yet? How do you feel about killing Darkrai in turn 2? Above average maybe? Mayhaps? Poison Barb! Laughs in Fabled Luster. Ooh! They got me. That's much better than Mars and Red card there. I would not be surprised if this is the first statistically playable hand disruptive card in this game. I'm going to leave my other bench slot open for another Arceus or Heatran for the time being. It's going to take me 2 to kill the Darkrai, unless we top deck the 1 and 7 here. game is so easy. Classic Thoughtseize gameplay here. The OGs know what I'm talking about. Hey, Magician, thank you for re-upping that Prime. Welcome back. They did a Gen 2 focus set. So, as a millennial, I'm legally obligated to at least sample anything Pokemon Gen 2 related. The ultimate force. Crunch. Are we done here? Any more time to waste with game actions? Oh, look at all these game actions. You can feel they're mad through the screen. Hi, friend. Thanks. No attack in his team. They couldn't attack. They were missing the third psychic energy. All right, we're going first. We have 3 draws and a baby. I'm going to, because I want to draw a specific basic Pokemon, I'm going to research before I Pokeball, because if I research into Heatran or Arceus, it makes this Pokeball more likely to find me a basic, or find me a baby. So when you're looking to draw a particular basic, you research first, and when you're looking to draw a non-basic, you Pokeball first. It's funny, the person who tagged me in the subs Discord server about this deck list was like, Jeff, I know you like free retreat costs. It's like, yeah, I like shuffling my Pokemon around. Probably could be Greninja stuff, but probably Sylveon Umbreon here with the EVXs. What do we think of charge it up here some more? I think I like it. I think if I put Heatran up and they evolve into Sylveon or Espeon, I'm going to be in a little bit of trouble. I'm going to Toasty Toss onto Arceus here. Yeah, and if they evolve and clear Magby, I can move into Heatran. That feels like it's the key to making these baby Pokemon work, is in order for the baby Pokemon to be most ideal, you need to have another 1 knockout point Pokemon behind it, so you can go 1-1-2. Alright, so my opponent's just gonna have drawn their entire deck this turn. That's a little scary. There's 20 times energy attached to all of my Pokemon. I was just about to say, this last bench slot is probably for second Arceus to charge up on, just in case. Cyrus looking real good here to run down the Sylveon. They're healing, yep. Red and Geo, which we have one of each of in our deck here, finish this. Smart. Are they listening, chat? Eevee Bag's such a powerful card. This can heal something for 30 every turn if it's in the active spot. I'm gonna see him shuffle these out here probably. Do you think this deck needs Ho-Oh EX? No? That doesn't sound like it solves any of the problems we have. I kind of like the mix of Pokemon in this deck a lot right now. I think one maybe question mark in my mind is, do I need 3 baby Pokemon? But I think I like 7 basics with Arceus, so I think 3 babies sounds good. Think it's right to chase this down. Uses a supporter for the turn, which is nice. Losing my tool means this Arceus dies to Energy Crush on the Espeon. It's a damn shame I don't have my one energy switch. Able to pivot Arceus here. GG opponent. I played that out really well. Like I mentioned earlier, I think there's a good chance the opponent's deck is one of the better decks in the game. I would not be surprised if it's one of the better performing things with the new EX Pokemon this weekend that's not just Dark Tina. Although, I guess I could also see a world where it's not good against Dark Tina, which will probably suppress it a little bit. Are Arceus and Dark Tina the only meta decks that use a lot of basics? This is a meta deck? Arceus isn't really a meta deck, to my knowledge. Their deck probably dies to Solgaleo. Oh, that's a good call out. No baby, but we're going second, which is decent for Heatran. The Guzzlord. Oh, baby. We want to draw a baby or an Arceus and then Pokeball into the other, ideally here. Second Heatran is not the droid we are looking for. We kill Celesteela in 2, but it's probably not hanging out. They're not putting energy on the Guzz. That's interesting. Oh, communication. I should have held the baby. Mistakes were made. But they have a cape for the Nihilego here. I'd probably Cyrus it. I've turned my 4 cards into 3. And one of them is the research. Thank you, opponent. Appreciate you. They must have a Lusamine here, yeah. That's why they'd put energies on this to start. Why do you have 2 Pichu in your deck? Isn't enough Magby enough and better? I mean, the easy answer to that question is if I thought it was enough, I wouldn't be playing the Pichu. And then we'll put Pichu up to the active spot here as a free retreat cost, so might as well put that one up and kind of punt the decision until we see our next draw of which Pokemon we want in the active. Oh, that's unfortunate. The back end of Ben. It's been fine. There's a lot of non-games in Pocket, but I played Magic the Gathering for 2 decades, so I'm used to that to a degree. I wish I had my Cyrus. Are we dead? I think we might be dead. Trying to think if I can beat them having like a Lusamine here. I think the answer is no. What's Lusamine do? It puts extra energies back on their Ultra Beast. I'd like to dedicate these Heatran openers to all the people who keep telling me I should cut my third baby. It's hard to overstate how much better our openers are when we have a baby Pokemon to lead on. Our deck is significantly more powerful with the extra energy faster. Fire Energy EV, probably Charizard. Freaking yikes. I'm not going to Giant Keep this Heatran because Giant Keep is going to be really important for my Arceus in the Charizard matchup. It's going to suck when the whole hand disappears here to discard card, but that's what it is. I'm playing Sylveon plus Baby Pidgeot. That sounds like a fun combination. I like the idea of playing stage 2s that let the Sylveon attack in a pinch. I'm going to have to give that a try. I'm going to put that on my list at some point. Yep. I mean, this is significantly better than the hand I just discarded, so... can I find a baby? Honestly, if I find a baby here, I'm gonna put energy on Arceus. God, that's so incredibly unlucky. This game is really hammering home how correct my deck building is compared to the people that want to be greedy. Greedy gamers always want to play piles of red cards and other trash. Just play more things that make your deck more consistent, so you have less games like this where you just don't get to play. Yeah, we're just dead from here. If I'd have hit the baby last turn, we would have been able to attack with Arceus this turn. And then that would have been able to pressure the Charizard with the cape. I'm using Moo Player currently, but any Android emulator will do. Pick your favorite. There's my baby. Feels so lovely, chat. They're playing Magby with Ultra Beasts. Is Buzzwole a colorless? Celesteela's a colorless. Is Buzzwole? Is it grass colorless? Yeah, it's grass colorless. Oh, punch is 2 colorless. Sure. Oh no, chat. You don't think they'd punch my baby, do you? That's fine. My baby is gonna play dress up. I could have Blacevion. Blacevion and Buzzwole together seems ambitious. So I was gonna power up Petrian, but I think with the Sabrina draw, we just murder the Celesteela. Dodge red, we can dodge a ball. Your opponent get a point for killing a baby Pokemon. You can't kill Pokemon, chat. It's inhumane. They get a point if they knock one out, though, yeah. So they need a second Celesteela to swap the Buzzwole. I guess they could just punch me. But they also need to heal out of range Raging Mad Strike, dealing 60. Erica would get me. With the non-grass Pokemon, they're probably not on Erica, right? Alright, there's the Celesteela. Very confused why we have a leaf. Kind of hoping to draw a Leaf of our own here. Cyrus in my deck still. Just 10 cards. What if I switched out the Arceus and put up Mag B and generated an energy? Is that too cute? Might be too cute. If I take the knockout here with this can flip a coin to get me, which isn't great for me. And giving up a single knockout point means I can put Heatran up and not lose. The Pokemon Center leading on the Buzzwole is scary because it means another heal and they can get it out of range of Heatran with weakness. Yeah. I suppose we're dead to Cyrus now. I don't think I had a way to play around that, though. Did you win with Geo? Celesteela's not an EX. You know, if I would have... If I would have put... If I would have not put this energy here and put the energy here, or put the energy on this one to get it ready to attack, I could have had an energy on this one sooner. Meaning it would be ready to attack sooner. They're also dead to Cyrus at any point. Honestly, I probably should have communicationed purely for I probably should have communicationed just to thin my deck. It's honestly just it's just baffling. Like, I really can't tell you how much more I think most people would win games of Pokemon Pocket if they cut all of their red cards in Mars for copies of Cyrus's or Sabrina's or just like most other utility cards. Because I've lost count of how many times it's like, okay, I'm dead to them having Cyrus and they play a card like this and it draws me the card I need. Thanks, bud. Appreciate you. We were dead on the spot. If they had a good utility card there, even another piece of healing would have been bad for us. And instead, they played a Mars. So not only did they not have their thing, but then their Mars drew us into the thing that beat them on the spot. Very silly. Thank you, buddy. Every expansion, those cards get worse too. Yeah, absolutely. There's a deeper pool of utility cards you can be playing every expansion. Baby. All right, we get 2 shots to find a baby here. We get a draw and then a this and then a this. Ooh. Although I suppose if they had heads with Type Doll, they murder our baby. We're guaranteed to have a baby here. Well, that solves the hemming and hawing I was about to do of... Oh, actually... do I communicate? Do I want to communicate to try and find a Magby? I probably don't need second Arceus, right? All right. Decision made for us. Okay. Why do my coin flips to win the game early never work out like that? Play this out to play around Sabrina. I'm gonna put the cape on the active one to play around Giovanni. They need to have something here or they're dead. Arceus is threatening to deal 110 next turn. Dead it is. Really like the babies from the they make going first feel less bad design perspective. What about Raichu Arceus with the babies? Yeah, that could be worth exploring. Oh, that's interesting. They put it on Magnemite. Heatran, please. Just not a baby. Not a baby. Okay. I accept humbly and graciously. I kind of want an Arceus. Arceus or another Heatran would be ideal. Perfect. And then the Magnezone hits for 110, so we'll put a cape on here so we don't die in one. We'll get a little bit angry. Need to dodge Guzma plus Magnezone. Two pretty specific cards. Whoa, really? There's no way that's correct. Oh, honey. You're not gonna like him when he's angry, honey. Good night. Or the chance that you play Elemental Switch with Inverting. We will definitely do that eventually. Got laundry list of things I want to work on. Sometimes you look at a deck list and then you put it together and you start playing with it and it works out in practice basically exactly how you thought it would in theory. Magby and Pichu really feel like phenomenal complements to the Heatran Arceus core that I played a ton of in the past, and the Heatran in particular works really well with the babies. One of the key problems with a lot of the baby decks I've played so far is they're often giving up that first free knockout point, meaning you want to be able to follow them up with another 1 knockout point Pokemon so your opponent isn't simply knocking out your 30-pointer and then clearing an EX to win the game. This deck list gets to leverage the babies to give you that energy advantage back while going first, but they're also really good in this deck while going second as well, because when you use that baby to charge Arceus, lets you hit with Arceus on the second turn, meaning you can hit for that 130 or 140 or 150 with Red or Giovanni, clearing out an opposing EX in a big burst before they ever have a chance to really get going. This deck list is also all basic Pokemon, which means it's pretty consistent as well, especially when you mix in Pokemon communication with it, and our copies of Leaf to shuffle out those Arceus leads, and everything else having free retreat costs, giving us a ton of mobility. If you like sweet brews like this one, we're back to posting Pokemon Pocket content on the regular here at Hoaglandia Pocket. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel to not miss any of the other sweet things that we have coming up. For the rest of the day, enjoy this one. For people who are coming back, I'm sneaking my YouTube intros into my live streams just to make my life easier, so it's all condensed in a thing for me. All right, it's 4:30. Should we watch the Marvel Snap season trailer and then call it a day, I think? Yeah, you want to send me the link for that? Pocket Gamers, there'll be Pocket highlights up over the YouTube channel. I think we'll probably dip into doing some deck roundups early next week, but definitely not over the weekend. I'm going to be at the campground this weekend, and I'm not recording over the weekend while I'm there. If you want to watch the Marvel Snap new season show, especially to kick over to the Twitch side, I'm not going to fire up the Snap YouTube channel again for just a couple minutes of that. So let's take a look at the cards that are officially spoiled for that game that'll be coming out next month. Ooh. I hate you, Jay, so much. I hate you, Jay, so much. One day I'll learn, but today won't be that day. All right.